The Ravagers, Issue 8, written by Michael Allen Nelson, art by Ig Guara, layouts are Ron Friends, so I'm not entirely sure how much that means here. So, last issue we had all the Ravagers kind of get beaten up by Rose and Warblade, but then Terra turned it around and almost killed them, and then they just were like, we need some extra training. This issue has nothing to do with that, like at all. So we pick up in a place called Hartsville, Colorado. A girl is sneaking out of her house, or maybe trying to sneak back in, and she is brought inside by her sheriff father, who's like, I can't believe you snuck out and tried to go to that kegger with those other high school kids. And her brother's like, man, I tried to tell her, Dad. And he's like, don't you try to play the good guy. You were supposed to keep an eye on her. You're both grounded. So girl's name is Candace, I believe. And the guy's name is, I don't know. But regardless, there's a big blinding light, and the dad goes out to investigate. And we see that it is Warblade and Rose who are trying to take out a meta named Adam. And he has some sort of big energy power thing. And he's freaking out because it apparently hurts him a whole lot. And they're trying to calm him down so he doesn't explode. But it ain't going so well because calming people down is not really their thing. So he does explode, and it turns out that his energy or whatever infects everybody in town. Like, we see a picture of their brains being infected by this thing. And after the explosion happens, the sheriff comes up and comes after Rose and Warblade. And he's just like, yeah, you're not going to be able to stop us. We're going to go now. So Rose then points out, like, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Our guy, Adam, he didn't explode. He imploded, which means something or another. Long story short, she recognizes that everyone in this town is now infected with the same sort of thing that Adam had, and they're all going to start imploding extremely soon. However, people with a meta gene are not impacted. Because sure, it's non-baryonic radiation. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. But at that point, Rose points out, like, okay, here's the thing. That dude that we were tracking down escaped from Harvest, and it's our fault that he escaped, and we're trying to clean this up without him knowing. So if people start imploding in this town, Harvest is going to find out. And if we murder everyone in this town before they implode, Harvest is still going to find out. So we need to somehow solve this situation. Warblade's like, I don't like that, I'm not going to kill, but okay. So then we see the kids back at home, Candace, and I feel like his name is Ryan. I feel like I remember reading Ryan, but I genuinely do not see it anywhere on these pages. So they're planning on leaving again, trying to get out of town, move in with their mom, who's in Denver. And Ryan's like, oh, Candace, I can't let you go. You don't even have your driver's license. And she's like, all right, guess you're driving. So Rose and Warblade are like, all right, everyone's aiming their guns at us because we may or may not be murderers. Fair enough. But we understand what's best for the town. We need you all to back off. And the sheriff's like, clearly something bigger than us is going on. We at least recognize that, and we'll listen to what you have to say. Warblade goes off, and he closes the only road in and out of town by knocking down a mountain on it. And then one guy in the crowd named Murray starts glowing the same way. Rose gets everyone away from him. He starts freaking out. He's yelling how much it hurts and it burns. His wife is like, no, Murray, please don't leave. And he's like, I'm trying not to. But then, of course, he explodes, and Murray's wife starts freaking out. She's like, oh, why couldn't you save him? This is all your fault. You're the problem here. And Warblade's like, I wanted to kill him, yeah, but like, not like that. So at this point, we see the kids have made their way to where the mountain was brought down. They're like, okay, well, can't get out this way, but there is a secret way out of town. So we see all the people in the town square start rioting against Warblade and Rose, and the sheriff steps up and is like, now hold on, everybody. Clearly they were right that we are infected with something. We need to at least listen to them. We can't go out and infect the rest of the world with this stuff. Otherwise, we'd be no better than them. And he's just like, all right, well, fair enough. So turns out that there is Rose is like, hey, you better make sure that this place is sealed off. So Warblade goes around and finds the extra way out of town, but he finds it at the exact same time the kids are there. So he drops them back off in front of the sheriff, and the sheriff's like, "Oh, of course you managed to try to get out of town right after I left. Oh, we're gonna have the talking to, kids." But before that can happen, another building nearby just explodes. Like they weren't even ready for that one. So it looks like it's about to collapse with some people alive still inside. Rose says we have to go rescue him, and Warblade's like, "Okay, hold on now. You're getting soft on me. Sure, we could protect the town, but like this is just a death that would have been totally understandable. I think you're getting soft on me." And Rose is like, "Yeah, that's what you think? Well, Harvest is going to have our heads if he finds out. So we got to make sure that he never finds out. Also, if we start killing people, that's like Justice League levels will be on our ass." And he's like, "Still think you're going soft." So at that point, Warblade and the sheriff start arguing with each other about like what the best course of action is. Warblade still wants to kill everybody. The sheriff is just like, "Well, it seems like it's in your best interest if we stay alive." So they have a little stare off. And before they're able to really get anything done, Rose starts glowing. And she's like, "Wait a minute. How is it possible I'm glowing? I have the metagene." And she's just like, "Well, I don't understand it. Something crazy's going on." But then before they can do anything else, the Ravagers show up. Like Caitlin Fairchild and gang. And it's just like, "Oh, well, looks like your luck has run out, Rose." So I'm sure we're getting some sort of fight scene next issue. This feels like a complete non sequitur. Like based off of what we saw last issue in terms of, oh, the team needs training and this, that, and the other thing. This feels like, yeah, we just had this plot in the back burner and we're just going to run with it. Like, I don't get what we're doing here yet. Sure, I like the characterization they've set up. The sheriff is an interesting character. His kid's trying to escape. Perfectly fine story. I think it is a okay story, but like, it's just such a left turn out of nowhere from the last issue that I'm not sure where we're going anymore. It is worth noting this gets canceled at issue 12, so we might already be in the last arc. Maybe he just really wanted to get to this point. The writer did. So we'll see where it goes. But overall, I got to give this one I'll give it a 6. Just because as much as I do like what's going on, I still don't know what's actually going on and whether or not it's going to flow with the rest of the book. So here's hoping.